UniFi Protect Smart Sensor notifications in Home Assistant. How do you do them? Well, here's how. Hi and welcome back to another video. And if you're new, welcome to one of my videos. I'm Tim and you're watching Mr. Tim Tech on YouTube. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get UniFi Protect Smart Sensor notifications in Home Assistant. Firstly, what you need to do is log in to Home Assistant. I'm assuming that you've already installed Home Assistant on your computer. So log into Home Assistant as you normally would, as I'm doing now. I'm ticking keep me logged in as well, just for this procedure. Click login, and this will take you to your Home Assistant dashboard, as you would normally see it. My dashboard will obviously look different to yours, but whichever dashboard you're using, it doesn't matter. So from your Home Assistant dashboard, what you first need to do is add in UniFi Protect to Home Assistant. Now you do this by going into Settings at the left hand side menu. Then from Settings you need to click Devices and Services. This will then take you into your Devices and Services integrations. As you'll see, I have integrations on the screen at the moment. Now what you need to do is in the bottom right corner, click Add Integration. Then when the Add Integration Set Up a New Integration window appears, in the search box here, type in UniFi, and this will bring up Ubiquiti. What you need to do is click on Ubiquiti, and then this will take you into a sub-menu called What Do You Want to Add? Now in this window you need to select UniFi Protect. So click on that, and then this will take you into the UniFi Protect setup window. In the hostname box you need to enter the IP address for your UniFi network console, which integrates UniFi Protect, or if you're using, for example, a UNVR with a different IP address, you need to type in that IP address. So as long as you type in the IP address which has UniFi Protect included in it, that will be fine. So in this case my IP address is 192.168.1.1, and this has been typed into the host box, as you'll see. The port number, you can normally leave that as default, which is 443. In the username box you type in your username which you use to access your UniFi network. So in this case I'm copying and pasting my username, and also enter the password to which you access your UniFi network controller again, and click submit. You should then have on screen the window appearing saying success, created configuration for ROUT01. Route 01 is the name of my UDM Pro, which is hosting my UniFi network and UniFi Protect. You will see that it's also found the following devices, which is a UVC G4 doorbell, a UFP Sense, which is the smart sensor which we are referring to in this video, and also the UDM Pro and the UP Chime. So all we need to do is allocate those two areas. The doorbell is in entrance hall, the sensor is in the living room, the router is in the living room, and the smart chime is in the entrance hall. So once you have allocated the rooms for those devices, you can click finish. This will then add UniFi Protect to your list of integrations on screen. As you'll see it has done now, I've got UniFi Protect appearing there with 4 devices next to it. So once you have added UniFi Protect in there, you can go back to the overview screen. So once you are back at the overview screen, which is your Home Assistant dashboard, if your UniFi Protect items do not automatically appear on your Home Assistant dashboard, what you can do is add them in manually. To do this, you need to go to the three dots at the top right hand corner of your screen and click on Edit Dashboard. Then what you need to do is in the bottom right corner, click Add Card. With the card selection window that appears on screen, select Entities, not Entity, but Entities. With the Entities card configuration window, you need to click on Title, which is optional, but you can click Title and call this Smart Sensor Temperatures. So we're going to have notifications for the UniFi Protect Smart Sensor detection for temperatures. Under the theme, which is optional, you can, if you want, select a theme if you're using different themes in Home Assistant, or if you're using just the standard one, just ignore that box and don't type anything in there. Under the Show Header toggle, that option should be blue, and then with colour icons based on state, you need to enable this option, so click the slider to turn that blue. Then under the Entities section, in brackets required, click an X on all of those entities so that it removes them all, and you should then be presented with just one entity box. Click the arrow to bring the drop down menu of entities up, then scroll down until you find your smart sensor. Now it's normally shown towards the bottom of the list under Sense, so as you'll see I've got Sensor. Yours may be under UP for UP Sense or something else depending on what name you've called your smart sensor in your UniFi Protect console. So just scroll down until you find your UniFi Protect smart sensor entries. As you'll see, we've got battery level, so we'll have battery level. Scroll down again, and what we need to find is for temperature. So here we have sensor temperature, sensor temperature sensor. So we have two options, so we're going to select both of those sensor options. So select both temperature and temperature sensor. So then if you look towards the right of your entities card configuration, you will see that we now have the sensor battery level, the sensor temperature, and also the sensor temperature sensor, which can be turned on or turned off. So once you have entered those three sensor entries under the entities required section, you can then click Save. Then this will take you back to your Home Assistant dashboard, where you should now see Smart Sensor Temperatures. So there should be a card there for Smart Sensor Temperatures, and the first one should have the battery level, the second one should be detecting the temperature of the room, and the third one should be to turn the sensor on and off. So if you have those, you can then click Done. This has now saved that Smart Sensor Temperatures to the Home Assistant dashboard. So moving on, we now need to have notifications in Home Assistant for the temperature. For example, when the temperature goes above a certain level or below a certain level, we can have it notified in Home Assistant. So to do this, what you need to do is click on Settings at the left hand side. Then from the settings window that appears on screen, you need to select Automations and Scenes. Then in the Automations window, you should have the automations highlighted with a line and blue. So once you have that, you can then click in the bottom right corner, Create Automation. Then with the Create Automation window appearing on screen, select Create New Automation. Then with the new automation window, you should see the first option is When. So click Add Trigger. With the Add Trigger window, select Device, and then back in the new automation window, you should now see we have When and Device. On the line for Device, which is the grey box, click the arrow. Scroll down until you find your smart sensor. Here you'll see I found it, which is called Sense01. As I said before, yours will probably have a different name. It could be UP Sense or something different if you've previously renamed it in your UniFi network controller. So in this case I'm selecting Sense, and then under the trigger, which is the box below the device, again select the grey arrow and select temperature changes. Then in the above box, enter the temperature to which you want notified when it goes above that level. So for example, when the temperature goes above 24 degrees Celsius, now you could be using Fahrenheit, so enter the value for Fahrenheit. So when my temperature goes above 24 degrees Celsius, I will be notified in Home Assistant. And then for the below box, enter the temperature, for example 20 degrees Celsius. So this means that whenever the temperature goes above 24 degrees or below 20 degrees, I will be notified in Home Assistant. So now that you've entered the temperatures, move down to Then Do. So under Then Do, click Add Action button. Then with the Add Action selection window appearing on screen, select Notifications. So once you've clicked on Notifications, you then need to select Send a Persistent Notification. So what this will do is send a notification to your notifications panel, which is here, once the temperature goes below 20 degrees Celsius or above 24 degrees Celsius, as we selected just a few moments ago. So then under Then Do, we have Notification, Send a Persistent Notification, which we just selected. Then in the message, Warning, temperature has exceeded stated values. You can change the message to anything you want. So what this will do is saying warning, temperature has exceeded stated values. So then under the title section, tick title and then say in the box temperature warning or anything you so wish. So you can change the title to anything you want. And then once we've done that, all you need to do is click Save. Then with the Save window appearing on screen, give the automation a name. So change it from New Automation to, for example, Temperature Notification. Under the description, you can also give it a description if you so wish. You don't have to type anything in there, but you do have to give the item a name. So once you've done that, click Save. This has now created an automation so you get notified in the notifications panel within Home Assistant when the temperature exceeds or goes below those values which we've just set. So to test this, we should now be in temperature notification. So go to the top right corner of the screen where the three dots are, select this, and then from the drop down menu select Run. As you can see, this has now immediately sent us a notification, so we have one notification in our notifications. So we'll click Notifications and then you'll see Temperature Warning, warning, temperature has exceeded stated values. Action it, so click Dismiss. I hope you found this useful. And what you can also do in Home Assistant for the smart sensor, say for example you want the smart sensor to detect motion in one of your available rooms in your house. So to do this, what you need to do is, as you can see, I'm at the Home Assistant desktop. We have the smart sensor card, so we have motion detected and it's clear, and also we can turn on and off the motion detection facility on the smart sensor just by sliding this button. So to get notifications, what you need to do is go to the Settings menu at the left hand side and click on settings. Then in the settings screen you'll see there's an option for automations and scenes, so select this. Then in the automation screen you will see that it's saying start automating, or this will be skipped, this logo and text, if you already have automations set up in there. So all you need to do either way is click on create automation. Then with the create automation window that pops up, select create new automation. Then with the new automation screen, under the section when, you need to click on add trigger. Then with the add trigger window that appears on screen, select device, and then you will be taken back to the new automation screen with a grey bar saying device and an arrow at the end of that bar. So click on the arrow and then scroll down and select your smart sensor. In my case it's called Sense01 and it's based in the living room, so we'll select that. So your device should be your smart sensor, so it should put the name in there. Under the trigger there will be a default option for sense contact opened. What you need to do is change this. So if you click on the arrow on that trigger line and select your sensor, and against that select motion detected started detecting motion. Then once you have selected motion detected started detecting motion, you need to click on add trigger again. So click add trigger, then again select device, and for the device you need to select your smart sensor again. Then under the trigger, which is the second trigger box down, change it from contact opened and select motion detected stopped detection motion. So basically now you should have, under the section when, you should have your device, which is Sense01 or whichever name you've given it in UniFi Protect. Underneath that the trigger should be your name of your sensor, motion detected started detecting motion. The duration, which is optional, shouldn't have any values in there, so that should be 000. Then moving further down, again you should have the name of your smart sensor, and then in the second trigger you should have sense motion detected stopped detecting motion. So basically we need to select started detecting motion, and then for the second one stop detecting motion. So what this will do is record the date and the time when it started detecting any motion, and it will also record the date and the time when it stopped detecting motion. I think it's probably best if you do have started and stopped, but of course if you only want started and not stopped, or vice versa, you can just create one of those. You don't need to create both. So then moving on, what we need to do is scroll down, and then under the section then do, click on add action. This is for the then do section, not the and if section. So under then do, click add action. Then with the add action window that appears on screen, select notifications. Then for the second notifications window, you need to select send a persistent notification. Once you have been taken back to the then do screen, under the message section, type the body of the notification. For example, motion has been detected in the living room. So you can type in whatever text you like, and this will be actually contained in the notification in your notifications section in Home Assistant, which is here at the bottom left side. Then for the title box, you can tick that box and then enter the title for the notification. Again, we'll type in motion has been detected in the living room. Then of course you can type in whatever title you like. Under the data You can leave that box blank, so don't tick that, so make sure it's just left unticked. And then once you have done that, click Save. Then with the Save window that appears on screen, change the name from New Automation to, for example, Motion Detection. Then you can also type a description in there once you've typed in the name, and if you want description, just click Save. This has now created the actual motion detection notification. So whenever it detects motion in the living room, it will send notifications to your notifications panel in Home Assistant. One other thing you can actually add in if you so wish is, for example, if you want to not have notifications sent during certain times, then you can actually add this into the detection as well. So to do this, under the section and if you're not in the motion detection screen, you would basically be in your automation screen. So within your automation screen, you select motion detection, which will take you back into the setting for automation. And then to create the times, under the section and if, which is optional, click Add Condition. Then with the Add Condition window that appears, select Time and Location. Then with the Time and Location window, select Time, and then this will take you back to the edit screen for motion detection. Now under the and if section, we have time under there and then after. So after is the first section. So for example, if we want motion detection to be applied and receive notifications for say 2300 hours, and then under the before section, make sure that fixed time is actual marked, and the same with after, so you should have fixed time and a blue dot against both of those. And then in the before time, for example, let's say 700 hours, and then for the next section where it says weekdays, you can select which days you want detections being recorded. So let's just select all days of the week, and then once you've done that, click the arrow under weekdays and it will get rid of that box. And then once you've done that, click Save. Click the arrow next to motion detection at the top of the screen to go back to your list of automations. Also, we can have notifications sent to our mobile device. Now to do this, you need to ensure that you have remote access enabled in Home Assistant. To do this, what you need to do is the following. So let's go back to the Home Assistant dashboard to start off with. So click on Overview, which will then take us back to the Home Assistant dashboard. Then from the dashboard, you need to select Settings from the left hand side menu, and then in Settings select Home Assistant Cloud, which is the top option. So to have Home Assistant on your mobile device, you need to have some form of internet access to your Home Assistant server. So in this case, I'm going to show you how to set up Home Assistant Cloud, which does have a monthly fee, and here in the UK it works out to be about £6 per month. That's British pounds currency if you can make use of Home Assistant remote access. You do have a free 1 month trial, so what we'll do is click on Start your free 1 month trial. No payment information necessary, so we'll click here, and then what we'll do is create an account by entering your email address, create a password. So I'll enter a password and click on Start Trial. Now it's saying account created, check your email for instructions on how to activate your account. So I'll just go ahead and check my emails. Then as you'll see, I've now confirmed my email. So I'll now log in to Nabucasa, which is the company that's providing Home Assistant remote access. So I'll type in my credentials, log in, and then you can see it's now saying you're currently enrolled in Home Assistant Cloud Trial. So now we've set up that account, we'll go back to the Home Assistant Cloud screen, and here we'll type in our username and password and click sign in. So with that, want to use Home Assistant Cloud for your voice assistant, click OK, and here you'll see it's now linked up Home Assistant Cloud so that we can access our Home Assistant server on our home network. That way we can get notified in Home Assistant on our mobile devices. So you'll now see that I'm taking you to my mobile screen where I have downloaded and installed Home Assistant Companion from the Google Play Store. So if you're using an Apple device, for example, go to your store and download Home Assistant Companion. So once you've downloaded and installed Home Assistant Companion, what you need to do is go back to your Nabu Casa page, and in this you will see you have a remote address. Now what you need to do is, whether you copy and paste or email this to yourself, you need to send the remote address. So copy and paste the remote address, and this needs to be pasted into the Home Assistant Companion Connect screen, which is installed on your mobile device. So once you have done that and copied and pasted the Home Assistant URL, you can click Connect. And this should then take you to the Welcome to your Home Assistant login page, where you can type in your normal Home Assistant username and password that you use to access Home Assistant with. So here we have connect to Home Assistant, device name, and click continue. And notifications, enable notifications to create a notify service for your device. Now what we need to do is click continue, and then allow Home Assistant to send you notifications, click allow, and this will then take you to your Home Assistant dashboard. You will also receive notifications on your mobile device from your Home Assistant Companion, which we've just installed on our mobile phone. So we scrolled down, and as you can see we have the smart sensor temperatures. So what we can do is click on the three lines at the top left side, and we have an orange notification. Then we scroll down to notifications, and here we have a notification in there saying Home Assistant Cloud, your remote access is now available, so we can dismiss that. Now if you have temperature notifications, they would also appear in the notifications section here on your mobile device. So I hope you found this video useful, and you can make use of your UniFi smart sensors. Thanks for watching this video, and more videos are coming soon, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. Thanks, bye for now.